There are a few rules that have become so important in my trading journey that I know if I break them, I will become unprofitable. And maybe right now you are struggling to find consistency in the market or trying to get funded or even trying to get your first payout. And if so, then this video is for you. Because I'm going to be explaining these 7 rules. And I know that if you understand them all, then the likelihood of you becoming profitable is drastically increased. I've learned this over 7 years of trading, making over $1 million from the financial markets and receiving over 222 payouts. So let me run through the rules, how I learned them, and how you can start applying them right now. This first rule is probably the reason as to why I became a profitable trader after 3 years of struggling to find profitability. And that is that I will never, right now, I will never trade without a real sense of direction. Direction is the most important thing in the market. And if you don't understand the direction of the pair that you're trading, then you should not be trading that specific pair on that specific day. And I know this because I've lost so many times when I came neutral onto the market thinking, oh, maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down, I don't know. And then I would always lose because I would be flip-flopping into bullish and bearish. And maybe you've had this before, where within one session, you're taking 3 longs, 3 shorts, and you're like, why am I in drawdown? And the reason why is because you don't understand the overall direction of the market. And that is what has completely changed my trading. Direction is the strongest foundation that you need in trading. And I remember that I was 2 years into my trading journey. I was not profitable. And my mentors were always saying, oh, focus on this, focus on the checklist, focus on the pattern, focus on this price section. And it was always weird because even when I was trading patterns, imagine an ascending channel. You probably know what an ascending channel is. If not, right now you're seeing it on the screen. My mentor was always talking, oh, 3-step ascending channel, but we're just waiting for that 3rd step. And I was thinking, if we're waiting, then why don't we trade towards the 3rd step? But I never really wanted to challenge him. So therefore, I just stuck in my corner thinking, oh, maybe he's going to make me profitable. But not only I, but everyone in that community was struggling because they weren't focusing on the right things. And this is why I say that I never trade if I don't understand clearly what the direction is. And let's say I'm neutral for the day because we could go up or we could go down. I have a very clear sense of when I would long and when I would short. And that is specific price section that I'm looking for, while everyone else is looking for a checklist. I am looking for direction, and that is 100,000% what like this made me profitable. So that is rule number 1, and if you stick with one thing, this should be it. Never trade without direction. Focus on the direction of the market. Ignore the entries, focus on the direction. And rule number 2 is I only trade if I have these 3 things. Number 1, direction. Number 2, a very clear higher time frame key level. And number 3 is a target that gives me enough of a risk reward from the level that I want to see the reaction from. The way I learned this was very simple. I started looking at what I'm doing every single day. Every single day, before the session or before the day started, I was thinking, where's the market going to react from? Like, I want to see the market going up before it goes down. Okay. I want to see the market going up before it goes down. The next day, the same thing. The next day, the same thing. The next day, the same thing. And I was thinking, what am I always looking for? Okay. So if I'm making this systematic, what I'm looking for is always a key level that I want the market to go to, that I want to trade from. And that has to be an obvious key level, because non-obvious key levels, I'm telling you, those don't work. I always thought, oh, there's a magical reason as to why the market reacted from here. No. Usually, it's a 1-hour order block or a 1-hour fair value gap. I'm telling you. And that has to always be in line with direction. And that's why I don't trade without these first 2 things. And then the third is because if you want to trade and you want to be statistically profitable, then obviously you need a target that gives you enough of a risk to reward. So this is rule number 2. I will never trade without these 3 things. If I don't have them, I am not trading. And your strategy has to be very, very solid in identifying the direction, identifying key levels, and identifying targets. A strategy without one of these things is not going to be profitable over the long term. And I tell you from experience, 3 years of not seeing any good money coming in from trading, even though I worked hard and hard and hard, just like I know you're working hard. and you're maybe not seeing the results. So your strategy needs to have these 3 things. And by the way, if you are looking for a profitable strategy that focuses on these key things, that has these strong foundations, that will make you understand the narrative of the market instead of just giving you a checklist because, yes, this works, then Funded Trading Blueprint is the place for you to be. Check the first link in the description to learn more from me, and let's go on to rule number 3. Rule number 3, I learned the very hard way, and you probably will also learn this the very hard way, which is once my daily target is reached, I don't trade anymore. Now, this might seem obvious, but the thing is, a lot of traders, they see the market moving and they missed out on the position. Maybe the market moved before their session, maybe the market moved during Asia and you weren't able to take advantage of it. And now you think, no, I need another target, another target, another target, another target. But the truth is, the market very rarely moves 1,000 pips or 1,000 handles in a specific day. So every single time that you're entering on NASDAQ after 400, 500 handle move, you're very, very likely late into the party. And I learned this every single time that I would long, and that would have been the top of the day. And I would have been longing at my target, but I still really wanted to squeeze maybe that extra 1 hour, but I couldn't. And I would fail. And I would enter in a loss, in a loss, in a loss. And that would really, really hurt me, my confidence, and my profitability. So once the daily target is reached, I am not trading anymore, no matter if I'm in or if I'm not. We have to understand tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we'll have another target. Tomorrow we'll have another direction, another key level, and another target to trade to. So I never trade as soon as the target on the day is reached. Because for me, every single day, there's one specific target. Rule number 4 is extremely important. And this is an extremely controversial opinion. And I know I'm going to get flack in the comments and people hate me when I say this. But there's one process that if I had to do for the rest of my life would be this one. And it's not journaling, and it's not back testing, and it's not forward testing, it's not hindsight testing. It's forecasting. I do not trade unless I forecast. I do not trade unless I forecast. Let me say that twice. Forecasting is the most important process that you can do every single day. Why? Because of one specific thing. Before the session, while you're looking at price, you have no attachment to the market. You have no attachment to price because you know, okay, this is the direction I expect the market to go. This is the key level. Okay. But then the session opens. And now your key level gets reversed. You were bearish and the market starts moving bullish and you're like, okay, maybe I can execute on the longs and maybe it fully reverses. This is where emotions get in the way. Because once volatility comes in, it's like opening Pandora's box of now you can take the longs, you can take the shorts, you can take whatever you want. And this is where you start breaching all of the other rules that are right here. You start entering in trades after the target. You start trading with no direction. You start trading with no forecasted reaction level. You start trading with no target. And you start over trading. And you'll notice that if you remove these mistakes from all of the rules that I've already told you, you'll probably already be profitable. That is the funny thing. Trading profitability is not about learning something new, it's about reducing the mistakes that you're making. And obviously having a profitable edge. But just know that before the session, when you're looking at price, that's the least amount of emotion that you're going to have. And that's why if I don't forecast, then I am not going to trade. Rule number 5 goes perfectly in line with rule number 4, which is 2 trades and I'm done. I do not take more than 2 trades because I know if I take a win, usually I'm done for the day. I might take one more trade to try take another win, which is possible. If I take 1 win, 1 loss, I move on. If I take 1 loss, 1 win, I move on. If I take 2 losses, I move on. For the simple reason that you want to trade with the least amount of emotions possible. And the more trades you take, the more your psyche starts getting affected. And so therefore, I've noticed that a lot of traders, they tell me, Kimmel, my second trade is always a losing trade. And when that's the case, I tell them just do 1 trade for 2 months and you'll see how your trading is going to change. Why? Because you're going to be more selective too. And also because you're not taking that losing position afterwards. But 2 trades should always be a maximum. And here's the thing. A lot of traders listen to this rule. And the question right after, I already know what it is, which is, Kimmel, what if the 3rd trade would have been a winner? And I always like to fill up the script. What if the 3rd trade would be a loser? Again, yeah, Kimmel, but what if the 4th trade was a winner? What if it was a loser? Kimmel, what about a 5th? What if it was a loser? Because we're always creating these scenarios in our minds on what if what I did would win. But that's not how the market works. The market's not gonna give you what you want, especially because you're looking at everything through rose-tinted glasses. It's like, yeah, I've taken 2 losses today. Oh no, actually 3 now. But if I take a 3-hour win, then I'm gonna be back at break even. That is amazing. Then tomorrow I come back neutral. What if it's another loss? Now you're 4-hour deep. What if it's another loss? Then you're 5-hour deep. And then you blow the account in one day. 2 trades and I'm done. Always. Rule number 6, 7 is going to be all about prop firms. And by the way, if you want to check out the best prop firm for both CFDs and futures, then FundedNext is the way to go. With code Kimmel, you'll always get the best discount code. Now, rule number 6, I never trade more than 30% of my accounts at a time. Again, the backlash I always get on this is like, Kimmel, if I trade 100% of my accounts, then I would make way more money. I would make 3x more money than you're making, Kimmel. And I say, well, when you lose all of the accounts, I still have 70% of my accounts to trade with. So therefore, I'm going to continue making money while you're going to be back on the challenges. And that's really the problem. I want you that are watching, yes, you, to make money from trading. That is your goal, right? Because you just want to make a little bit more. Or let's even say it's 3x more. Because here's the thing. Would you rather have $10,000 every 3 months, so one time $10,000, or every month $3,000? Because here's the thing, a lot of traders underestimate what they can make with consistent payouts instead of one big payout. And yes, maybe you're gonna make $5,000 more than me, but guess what? I'm not gonna have the stress you have. I'm gonna go to bed tonight and I'm gonna sleep so well. I'm not gonna have to go back to challenges. I don't even have to go back to building a buffer. Listen, I've gotten a $30,000 payout, $20,000 payout, multiple of them. But here's the thing, I am better off with multiple 4-figure payouts every single week than one 5-figure payout every single 3 months. And maybe you'll have to try to go for 2. But here's my rule, I never trade more than 30% of my accounts. And everyone that didn't follow it came back to me and said, Kimmel, you are right. And last but not least, which goes perfectly in line, which is no payout is a small payout. I want you to understand this. No payout is a small payout. I don't care if it is a $10,000 payout or if it is a $50 payout. No payout is a small payout. Why is that? Because think about this. If I make $10,000 and my monthly expenses are $10,000 and you make $5,000 and your monthly expenses are $2,000, guess who's better off? You're better off. So here's the thing, you're comparing your payouts with someone else's payouts. Oh, Kimmel got a $5,000 payout, Kimmel got a $7,000 payout, I got a $2,000 payout. You're looking at someone else and you're thinking, oh, this person got a $7,000 payout, $10,000 payout, and I only got a $2,000 payout. So stop thinking of the fact that you've just achieved what you always wanted, which is making money from trading, because you're comparing yourself with someone that you don't have the full picture of. And I was once there where $500 was absolutely amazing. And so therefore, I know that no payout is a small payout. We're here in trading to make money. I'm sorry, that's what we're here to do. I want to make money. You want to make money. There's no utterly motive. Oh my God. No. You want to make money because even if you have philanthropic reasons, you need to make money first. And trading is a zero-sum game. So the fact that you made money, you should celebrate that and not just think, oh no, this is not good because this person made so much more. Listen, excuse my French, fuck the other people. Fuck them. It doesn't make any sense. You're not living their life. You don't know the life that they're living. And once I understood that, it completely changed my life. And it changed my trading and it made me profitable because I stopped looking at those smaller payouts as something bad, but as something to cherish. And I'm going to leave you with this. Wouldn't an extra $2,000 every single month already change your life? Maybe you already have a good paying job and you're just looking for trading to make a little bit of extra money. Funded Trading Blueprint is absolutely amazing for that. And we cherish people that focus on that extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month because I already know that that is going to change your life. And so if you're looking for something realistic, if you're looking for someone that is not going to sell you a dream, then check out Funded Trading Blueprint with the first link in the description. If you want the best prop firm, you can check out FundedNext with this link right here. Code Kimmel will always get you the best discount code on futures and CFDs. And right here, right now, you can see my strategy. I'll see you soon and enjoy your life. Peace.